my first year opening that, I went viral. I was open for not even 2 months, 2 months, and went viral. Like, to this day, you can literally Google Philly Hottie House and you'll see it all over the internet. Like, so my first house went so viral, I ended up being on the news, and I've been on Fox News. So it was lit. It was lit.
Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really did know you are.
Hi guys, my name is Siren, and I'm the creatorpreneur, and welcome back to another video. So welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to this course. If you purchased the workbook course, or if you're just watching on YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube. So today we are going to be talking about powered marketing. So for those of you who are new here, which shouldn't be anybody, but if you are just collecting this, if you are just, this is your first video that I ever made that you ever watch, I suggest you go back and watch all my videos and stuff like that so you can get familiar with me, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so start from course 1, day 1, and then work your way through until you get this one. You need to watch all the videos if you are going to have a successful creative business. So initially, when I started my first business, I started a makeup company because I got my heart broken, and I'm dramatic, but I'm a Leo or whatever. So I started my first business because I got my heart broken, and I wanted to tell the story about how I got through that heartbreak, how it made me feel, how I decided to not go through that type of heartbreak again, how I decided to work on myself, how I decided to get in the gym, lose weight, and do the healing work via reading books, investing in myself, doing photo shoots and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of tell that story, but I wanted to tell it through visuals. So I could have easily just you know, paid people to do visuals for me and stuff like that, but I didn't necessarily want to go that route because at the time I was 23 and I was broke. So I didn't really have the money to keep paying. I didn't really have the money to keep, you know, to pay for big production sets and stuff like that, or pay for models, pay for makeup, pay for outfits and stuff like that. So I had to come up with a way for my stories to pay for themselves. So I always knew I wanted to do photos and I wanted to do videos and stuff like that, but I had to figure out a way for it to pay for itself. So I ended up opening my first company, which was called Siren Cosmetics. It was a cosmetic line. I'm actually going to insert a little clip right here. It was a cosmetic line, and the concept of the cosmetic line was each palette was a story. So my first palette was called Karma, and it was basically about how I went through the heartbreak, and instead of pain, I turned that pain into rage, and that rage inside of me, instead of using it to destroy people, I got so angry, I decided, like, I'm just cutting everybody off and I'm just working on myself. I'm just focused on myself, rising from the ashes. It was a palette that started out with red tones that went into neutral brown tones to represent how I started with rage, and how that rage ended up becoming more grounded when I chose to channel my energy into something more positive, which was working on myself. So the concept of the palette, it would be a palette. You would scan the back of the palette, and then the palette would take you to YouTube, where I wrote and directed a video to go along with that palette, right? So the first video I had to pay for, of course, I had to pay for the product, and I had to pay for the first video and stuff like that. And but after that, sorry, I have a scratchy throat, so I'm thinking coming down with a cold, so I just want to, you know, drinking my tea. So I had to pay for everything and everything like that. What was supposed to happen, what did happen, is eventually the palette started to pay for the production. So I would drop a video, and I would use that video as a commercial. I would run ads on it on Facebook and on Instagram. People would see the ads and stuff like that. I would get influencers to repost the video, to repost themselves using the makeup and stuff like that, and telling people about it. And then once they did, people would start buying the palettes, and then the money that I got from the people purchasing the palettes, I would purchase more palettes, and then the money would go to shooting more commercials and stuff like that. So that's how that's originally where this all started. And I was doing that for myself for about 2 years. I wasn't making that much money because I could only get so many pallets at a time and everything was so expensive. So I probably was making like, and for a lot of people that's a lot, but I probably was making like 1500. I was making like $15,000 a year. End up in like 18 months I only made, I said only, but you know, for some people it's a lot. I made $34,000 in the first 18 months of me having that makeup palette and stuff like that. Mind you, that sounds like a lot, but again, a lot of my money went back into the business and it went back into production and stuff like that. So I probably only profited probably like 10,000 of that, but that's still an extra $10,000 a year, right? But at the time, I really wasn't worried about money. I didn't really think that, I thought it was going to be more so like a side hustle. I didn't really think that it was going to take me anywhere, right? So, fast forward 2 months, basically 2 years later, because it was like 18 months, I decided, somebody asked me to do a music video. So from that music video, they asked me to do a music video. I did the music video for him. I'm going to insert a clip here of my first music video. Y'all gonna be like, yes, that was my first video. It's crazy, right? So this was my first music video, and a guy from school that I knew, he just reached out to me and he asked me if I could do the video for him, and I said sure, why not? I've never done a music video before, but I just applied the same storytelling concept that I'm about to teach you guys in this series, and also the same storytelling concept that I was applying to my commercials and stuff like that. So I applied that to a music video. He loved the music video. All he had like a musical group, and they were like all like artists, like singers and rappers and stuff like that. So I ended up doing music videos for all of them, doing photo shoots and stuff for all of them. And then other people started seeing that, and then people started paying me and reaching out to me to do their music videos and to do their photo shoots and stuff like that. So I was doing photo shoots and I was doing music videos for about, I want to say 3 years. So now we're on year 5. So 5 years of doing, of learning how to do production and stuff like that, learning how to storytell via music videos and via photo shoots and stuff like that. I'm going to put some of my favorite photo shoots here right next to me. But yeah, so 5 years of doing that, I decided, I was getting so many clients, like it was lit. I was having, I was really having people pay like $700 to $1,000 for photo shoots, and I didn't even hold the camera. That's lit. Like I didn't even hold the camera, and people was paying me $700 to $1,000 to do their photo shoots. So with the photo shoots, how I sold the photo shoots is I basically created the same concept that I had with the makeup company, because eventually so at this point I'm running a makeup company and I'm doing a photo shoots at the same time. So what I did was, when I was doing my photo shoot campaigns, I would have a campaign every single. I would have a campaign every single month. My biggest campaign was around Valentine's Day. So I would use the fact that I got over a heartbreak and stuff like that, and how getting back in the gym, getting my body right, and starting modeling really helps me improve on my self-worth, my self-confidence, and my self-love and stuff like that. So I started creating reels and stuff like that. I started creating little commercials and stuff like that surrounding that concept. And then people started coming. So I was known as the self-love girl, the woman who could turn any woman into a goddess, who could turn any woman into a goddess or whatever, could help anybody express themselves. So my main client base was women. Women who didn't really feel comfortable in their bodies, women who didn't really feel that confident. I'm not going to say all of them. So some of them were confident, but like they just wasn't like, and there's nothing wrong with not being confident. Because I'm trying to figure out how to say this, but basically like women who wanted to give themselves more self-love back, right? So that was my main clientele, and I was able to get that clientele because the commercials and the flyers and stuff that I was creating was storytelling my story. So women who resonated with my story booked with me because they felt more comfortable with me, and they knew I was going to make them look crazy. Like I was going to make them look good. You get what I'm saying? Because what I would do is I would talk to them. I would ask them why they get in a photo shoot. I would ask them, you know, what were their favorite colors and stuff like that, what did they feel sexy in, and then I would customize a photo shoot around that, and then that's how I would like create a custom concept for them. I never did a photo shoot twice. I don't do photo shoots twice. Everyone who's ever worked with me has their own shoot, their own theme. I do not copy themes at all. Don't copy themes, don't copy outfits. Everybody has their own theme with me. So yeah, I started doing that, and that's how I gained my popularity and feeling and stuff like that. I was known as like the photo shoot lady, like I gets it done or whatever. So I was doing that for about 3 years. I was doing my stuff, which was boudoir shoots is what you call it. I was doing for myself. I was doing business shoots for other businesses and stuff like that. I was doing shoots for myself. I was doing birthday shoots. I was just doing all types of photo shoots and stuff like that. So what I found was that I could not, like, I wanted to build more extravagant sets, but like that was, my shoots were already up to like thousands of dollars. Like I done had shoots, like I think my most expensive shoot was $5,000. Like, so it's like not everybody got that type of money. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has that type of money. So because not everybody has that type of money, I had to come up with a solution. So the solution that I came up with is building sets inside Airbnb. So I had seen like themed Airbnbs like a little bit around, but I didn't quite really know what they were. But I just seen like I seen another entrepreneur doing them in Atlanta. I can't remember his name. He wasn't really doing themey Jones. Like he was just doing like maybe like a Lakers theme, like stuff like that. Like not like mine, like not like a theme that tells a story or a theme that's unique to me. Like he was just doing like, he'll do a Hello Kitty theme, he'll do a Barbie theme, like stuff like that. So I was seeing that, and then his wife, she had like the content selfie room. So this is what popular. This is back when, like, you know, going to like the selfie rooms and stuff like that and taking pictures, and like taking pictures on Instagram was really, really lit. Like it's still lit, but it, like when it was really, really, really lit, like when people went to content rooms and stuff like that. So that is that's where I originally like first seen the idea, and I was like, okay, let me take that concept and do it like actually create and make the themes myself, and then put it in an Airbnb, so that way people can pay for it. Like people can stay the night in it even when I'm not doing photo shoots in it and stuff like that, so it pays for itself. So my first house was a 2-apartment multi-family home in the hood, y'all. Oh my god. My first theme was the Love Jungle. I called it the Philly Hottie House at that point. So it was a Philly Hottie House. It was like a Love Jungle theme and stuff like that. I got a huge like heart-shaped bed made, and then the other room was like a jungle, and then like the kitchen was like just a mix of like jungle and stuff like that. And then I had like a graffiti like hallway. That was the first one. Y'all, my first year opening that, I went viral. I was open for not even 2 months, 2 months, and went viral. Like to this day, you can literally Google Philly Hottie House and you'll see it all over the internet. Like, so my first house went so viral, I ended up being on the news, and I've been on Fox News. So it was lit. It was lit. That was time to be had. I'm going to actually put the I might pause this video, or I might just put it right here where you guys can see me on the news, have my little interview. But yeah, so the first house went viral. So ever since then, I just been taking off. I've been taking off then, and I've just been using my art of storytelling and stuff like that to actually. I've been using my art of storytelling and my love of storytelling to create commercials, create content and things like that sells the houses. And fast forward, I end up opening a second one in that same multifamily unit building, and that one did good. And then I ended up a year after that one, I ended up moving to the building I am now, which is a 3-unit building, and now I have 3 themed units. So I'm super like, it's super interesting to me, like how my storytelling brought me all the way here. Like I've always been a child who likes stories and stuff like that. I wrote a book when I was like 9. Like it's like I always been like a fantasy storytelling person, and I was able to take that love of storytelling, that love of art, and apply it to something that actually creates money and generates income. And now I just plan on keep building on it. I'm not gonna tell you all my plans, but I have big plans for my brand. So after I after I opened my first building, after I opened my second unit in my first building, I decided I wanted to start helping entrepreneurs and stuff like that. So I've been helping entrepreneurs for the past couple years open up their get funding and open up their businesses and stuff like that. So I helped somebody open I'm going to put some more content right here so you guys see. I helped somebody I helped her design and open a dance studio. I've helped somebody do an all pink women's co-working space slash event space. I've helped somebody open up get their funding for a decorating picnic place. Like they go and decorate different, like they decorate like little themed picnics and stuff for proposals, friends and stuff like that. I've done that. I've helped multiple people fix their credit. I helped multiple people just get funding for whatever they need it for and stuff like that. But what I found was a lot of people that I have helped, I probably only helped, it's only about 2 people that still have their businesses. But what I found was a lot of entrepreneurs that I did help, they didn't really last past the year, because the thing about business is, I don't care how talented you are, you have to know how to run your business, and you have to constantly be evolving. And it's a full-time job. Honestly, it's a full-time job. So you have to tend to it. You have to tend to it. There's no such thing as oh, that is literally, so like I was saying, guys, I'm back. So that's what I'm saying, like, it's a full-time job. As y'all can see, I had to stop the video to check my text messages because I got multiple buildings and stuff. I gotta make sure shit going good. And I thought I seen something about mold, so you gotta take care of that. But it's not, it's something else. They're saying something else. But anywho, yeah, so what I found was a lot of the people that I helped ended up shutting down because they didn't know how to run a business, and more importantly, not more importantly, just as important, they didn't know how to market their business. So now I'm like, it's good that I can teach people how to open up their own business, how to get funding for it, but if you don't know how to keep it running, you're probably going to shut down in a year or less, right? So the reason why I've been able to really, because I would say altogether, I probably had been a businesswoman for at least 8 years now. For at least 8 years now, I've been a businesswoman. I just now, in this building is finally where I kind of got all my shit together. So I am a lot better than I was when I began. The first brick and mortar business whooped my tail, boy, because I didn't know nothing. But now I know more, and I'm learning more and more every single day what to do and what not to do. So now, that is why I created this second part of my course, and you can either watch it on YouTube or you got it. So yeah, so I just kind of wanted to go over you guys, like, why storytelling is important, how storytelling helps me in all 3 of my businesses and stuff like that, and how I still use it to today. And I'm going to teach you this so that way you can learn how to market your own business by telling your own story. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.